Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching with the Academy Sports Coach 2025. I want to talk to you about a session I've designed today to work on switching the field. So what I've essentially designed here is to try to create situations in which there are overloads by the opposition. We've drawn the opposition to one side, and we're seeing that, hey, if we switch the field while we're under pressure, we're going to be able to take advantage of the space on the opposite side of the field. So what we've got here is, I call this one the tennis court drill because initially when we started doing this drill, we did it on a tennis court, and the nets were really helpful in creating that visualization, and it was long this way and shorter this way, and that's what I want to see here. So I moved them in. I know this is more of like a square here, but this should be longer and this should be shorter. So when players make these passes, they're playing short. This pass is a much longer pass. So what we got here is, when the ball is in, we have a grid here, a grid here, a grid here, and a grid here. When the ball is in the grid, the player in yellow can activate and press the ball. So quick passes should look like this, bang. And then this player has to go back to the orange, and this player can press. So the player has to make it his way back, the ball, but if you're quickly going back and forth, the player's never going to be able to get back. So bang, bang, quick 1-2s, it'll keep that player here. They go back, ball comes back, they come here. So pass, they're on their way back, but it comes back right away. They haven't made it all the way back, they're still able to put the ball under pressure. So what we're trying to simulate for the players here is the idea that the quicker you play, the more we're going to draw the opposition in. But if we continue to play only in one area and we keep playing quick, but don't go anywhere with the ball, what's going to happen is it's going to draw the defense in and in and in. So what we're looking for them to do is get to the point where the defenses are pushed up, and once that happens, there's no way for this player here that can cut off that angle. They're here. We've drawn them in, we've made them compact, and we've left room for ourselves then to play a ball long ways. And what we'll see is that this player can't leave until the ball enters the grid. So a ball in the air played quickly, this player should, a good ball with played to their feet or directly to them that they can handle with 1 or 2 touches, is going to give them enough time to be able to play something quickly before this player is able to activate because they have to wait. So we'll talk about how, playing quickly, making connecting passes and drawing the defense in opens up gaps, and then how the flight of the ball is going to buy us time and create space for us to then be able to play from there. So what I would do from here for this session is we're going to go into a side-by-side game where we're going to ignore the big goal here, and we'll put 2 smaller goals here. Now you can have goalies in here. That may be helpful, but sometimes you can get, especially if you're going to play with multi-ball, that we'll talk about. It's difficult with multi-balls with the goalies, but we'll put 3. So, oops, I don't want that many. Don't want that many. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3 defenders here. I want 1, 2, 3 attacking players here, and vice versa for black. 1, 2, 3. So here we've got, too many. You do this 1 of 2 ways. You got black attacking here, and then I need a red player, and they're trying to score on this goal. Okay, so they're trying to score on this goal, but what will happen is, even if there's a 4v3 over here because the neutral player is helping out, they can get very compact. All right. So what will happen is we can then utilize switch in the field. We can have a player run up close here, play a pass here, play a pass here, and find angles for the shot. So you want the goal big enough. Maybe that's why it's not. Maybe it's better to not have a goalie here. But switching changing the position, okay, we can go back and forth. So we can look to change the direction of the attack. And then what happens here is if yellow is able to win the ball instead of us scoring, okay, yellow has to worry about this, right? So they're worrying about this pass to the player black. But we can also stretch the field here and recognize that switch moment when yellow gets the ball here. We can switch the field quickly because everyone's over here worried about this. If we can play that back here, black's trying to help out, yellow's trying to help out, we can break over that, play something quick here. We can score a goal this way. So just what we're essentially doing in this drill is really looking for opportunities to see different spaces. It's not true switching in the field in that sense, but it's having players have their head on the swivel and seeing a three-dimensional pitch. They're essentially, it's a challenge for them. It's not totally game-like because one field's going this way and one field's going this way, but they're basically have to play two games at one time. It's almost like a 3D chess situation. So there's opportunities to switch here. There's opportunities to move the field. And we're talking about how even a switch might just be through the pivot here. Might be changing directions through red, going back to red, and going back outside, and a bunch of different options, a bunch of different things that we can do from there. From here, I'm going to have my three-channel game. So I'm going to go to a full field. This one will be a little more game-like. Can't move this thing. I'll show you on one side here. We'll have, we'll break the field into three channels. Okay, the middle channel, the wide channel. And basically what will happen is you'll have, I'll put two players in white that are floaters for defense, two players in red that are floaters for offense. Put two yellows here, two yellows here, two yellows here. We'll go black, two players in black here, two players in black here, oops, over here, and then two, oops. Oh, that's part of me here. So what we got going on here is the players in black and yellow can't move their grids, but red can move wherever they need to create overlaps. So we can go 4v2 over here, right? But then they can go and create an overlap here. So what we should see is gaps in the defense by creating an overload here. Or we can spread them out a little bit more and try to attack those gaps that they have. Hey, if they're overloaded here, we have if they're trying to overload us defensively over here with their two defenders, if we play quickly, we can play 1, 2, and play out and switch and create without while the players in white have to run the entire length of the field. We can create a 3v2 on the backside over here. And so what we would have is on the other end, yellow could then counterattack off of this. So yellow is just neutral for yellow. So red is neutral as in neutral to grids. They don't have to stay in their grids. Everyone in black, these two players in black have to stay in this grid. These two players in black have to stay in this grid. Two yellows here. White can go wherever they want. Red can go wherever they want. Red's playing with black. White's playing with yellow. And so these floating players, and what we're trying to get the players to recognize is switching through these different channels, recognizing the different channels, and adjusting to where the overloads are. From here, I'd go into a small-sided scrimmage or your full-sided scrimmage, and really looking for opportunities for them to make those switches, and if they're actually finding those overloads and recognizing those situations. So I'd love to hear in the comment section some of the things you guys do to work on switching play. And once again, my name is Matt Carroll, World Class Coaching, with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2025. I hope this session finds you well.